The 2024 UFL College Draft, 10 rounds, 80 players, and 7 quarterbacks were chosen. Which quarterbacks might have the best chance to play a big role in 2025? Let's take a look. First, the caveats for all the draft picks in the UFL College Draft. Players must have been eligible to have been selected in the 2024 NFL Draft and were not selected. UFL teams will hold exclusive rights to the players they select in the draft until the player reports to the team or the team gives up that player's rights. All players eligible for the 2024 UFL College Draft must have been out of high school for at least 3 years and exhausted or waived their college eligibility with some limited exceptions. All players who sign a UFL contract, including players who remain under contract from the 2024 season, will have an NFL out until December 31st, 2024. So let's check out this new crew of quarterbacks who could be stars in the UFL. The first overall pick was Kansas quarterback Jason Bean, taken by the Memphis Showboats. Bean is currently in camp with the Indianapolis Colts as an undrafted free agent, so he could have a couple of options. Bean has plenty of experience at quarterback as he played 6 seasons in college, 3 at North Texas and 3 at Kansas. In his final collegiate season, Bean averaged 10.7 yards per attempt, just behind number 2 overall NFL draft pick Jaden Daniels. Bean is versatile, not just as a dual threat quarterback, but he also played running back and receiver occasionally in college, and he rushed for nearly 1,500 yards and 14 touchdowns. Now, the Colts might be reluctant to give up that kind of versatility, but man, would the Memphis Showboats love to have him playing full-time in the UFL. The third pick of the first round was John Rice Plumlee of Central Florida. He was taken by the Arlington Renegades. Plumlee is with the Pittsburgh Steelers right now, but he might have a better chance to make that roster as a special teams player. The undrafted free agent has been working on punt and kick returns with the Steelers. He has a much better chance of getting into the quarterback room with the Renegades, because you have to wonder if Luis Perez, who will be 30 when the UFL season kicks off and 31 when it ends, is he really up for another round of spring football despite having his best statistical season in 2024? Plumlee certainly fits into what the Steelers look at doing at quarterback with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields wearing the black and gold. At Central Florida, Plumlee threw for more than 5,800 yards and 34 touchdowns, and he rushed for another 2,500 yards and 26 scores. Now, the chance of him being able to showcase that with the Steelers, not as good as he would have with Arlington. Pick number 5 went to the St. Louis Battlehawks, and they chose San Jose quarterback Chevin Cordero. Cordero was waived by the Seattle Seahawks in May, so he is on the lookout for a new place to land. St. Louis could be that place, especially if A.J. McCarron decides he's going to hang it up. Cordero is another 6-season signal caller playing at both Hawaii and San Jose State, where combined he threw for more than 12,000 yards and 88 touchdowns. He's the Mountain West leader in touchdowns responsible for, passing yardage, and completions. Seems like he would be a good fit for the Battlehawks. Second round now, 4th pick to the DC Defenders, who took quarterback Keaton Slovis of BYU. Slovis is a well-traveled quarterback going from USC to Pitt and then BYU. He had a breakout season at USC with a 30-touchdown season, but he could just never reach those levels again. Like overall first pick Jason Bean, Slovis is in the Indianapolis Colts camp. He may be wondering, much like DC fans are, about Jordan Ta'amu and his potential return as the Defenders quarterback. Either way, I'm not really that high on Slovis's potential as a UFL star quarterback if he decides to play spring football. The next quarterback was taken in the 5th round. It was Michigan Panthers selecting Rocky Lombardi from Northern Illinois University. It would be a return to Michigan if Lombardi signs with the Panthers. He played a handful of games for the Michigan State Spartans in 2018 and 2019. He got a little more run in 2020, starting in 6 games and throwing for more than 1,000 yards. After entering the transfer portal and heading to Northern Illinois, Lombardi threw for more than 2,600 yards and 15 touchdowns in 2021, but he was hampered by injuries in 2022, got a medical redshirt that year. Lombardi started all 13 games in 2023, throwing for more than 2,200 yards and 11 touchdowns. He's in the Cincinnati Bengals camp right now, but he really feels like the typical Mike Nolan quarterback who might not have eye-popping numbers, but he could get some things done in that Panthers offense in the UFL. On now to the 9th round, Tanner Mordecai from Wisconsin became the second quarterback taken by the Defenders in the 2024 College Draft. Mordecai is with the San Francisco 49ers in camp right now. The Niners did not draft a quarterback this year to back up Brock Purdy, so he's battling for a spot with Josh Dobbs and Brandon Allen. So he really might have the best chance to land an NFL roster spot of all the quarterbacks in this year's UFL draft. Mordecai played just one season for Wisconsin, throwing for just over 2,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. He spent some time in Oklahoma, where he rarely saw action, and SMU, where he threw 72 touchdown passes in 2 seasons. I'm doubting we'll see him throw any touchdown passes in the UFL, but time will tell, and while there are eyes on him in 49ers land, that can all change before the season kicks off. The final quarterback chosen comes at the end of the 9th round. Sam Hartman from Notre Dame goes to the Birmingham Stallions. He's another 6-year collegiate quarterback, playing 4 years with a redshirt year at Wake Forest before wrapping up his career with the Fighting Irish. Now, Hartman is battling for a spot on the Washington Commanders roster after an explosive college career that saw him rack up 15,656 passing yards. He also threw for 134 touchdowns with 49 interceptions. The Commanders liked Hartman so much as a free agent, they gave him a nearly $250,000 contract, and that included a $20,000 signing bonus. That's more than likely why a quarterback of his caliber was a late-round flyer for the Stallions. Might as well own his rights if he does find his way to spring football. And Skip Holtz could be looking to win his 4th straight championship with a 4th different starting quarterback in that final game. Do you think any of these quarterbacks will shine in the UFL next season or beyond? Let me know down in the comments. And check out some other alt football videos right here.